what's the scoop with Jimmy Butler, man? Why is he on the block? Why are people talking about it? He's as good as ever. So what's going on with him?
Well, he's on the block because he's effectively in the last year of his contract. The expectation is he'll opt out and try to get a long-term deal somewhere else. And even though Miami's having a good season, they're not a title contender. And long-term, Jimmy Butler doesn't fit their timeline. The core of that team, including Bam Adebayo, they're all age 27 and younger. So you're looking to get guys that fit into that demo. Look, if the Heat wanted to re-sign Jimmy Butler, they could do it right now. They could give him a 2-year deal, about $113 million. They obviously don't want to do that. Now, nobody really knows how motivated Miami is to make a deal like this, because somewhere in the recesses of Pat Riley's mind and Eric Spoelstra's mind, they believe, like, you know what? We get to the playoffs, we can beat anybody. 2022, we went to the finals with an 8 seed. We can still get there. But the reality is they're in a situation where they could gin up kind of a bidding war for Jimmy Butler, and they could come away with a top-level young player, multiple draft picks, or both. So I think over the next couple of months, we're going to find out just what kind of appetite the Heat have for dealing him. If they do, you're looking at Golden State, you're looking at Denver, and you're probably looking at Houston, which could use someone with Jimmy Butler's closing talent, closing the game type of talents, making a run at Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Read the next, because now we're post-Cup. Post-Cup. Read the Lakers' tea leaves between now and the trade deadline. So that's the next, 6 to 8 weeks that I'm laying out here for you right now?
They're on the lookout for a center to fill out that rotation, because right now it's like, I mean, whenever I see Christian Coloco getting minutes, it's like, oh, that's not good. That's not who you want playing alongside or instead of Anthony Davis. LeBron's made it clear he likes Jonas Valanciunas. The Wizards are going nowhere. Jonas Valanciunas on a movable contract. I could see them making a run at him. Robert Williams up in Portland, if they can
Time Lord,
if they can duct tape him together to stay healthy for like a month or 2 months in a row. Wow. He's on another movable contract as well. Those are the two guys that I think are piquing the Lakers' interest right now, because they play a position that the Lakers, I mean, they've got holes in a lot of places, but that front court alongside Anthony Davis, when Davis is out, they need some kind of veteran presence, and those two guys, I think, are the most available.
Okay, and so then the story of the NBA post-Cup is what? Outside of all the other stuff that we had. What do you think for me on this front over the next 2 months when we're leading up to that trade deadline?
I don't know. I mean, I don't expect a busy trade deadline.
You don't?
Because it's really hard to make deals in this new NBA that Adam Silver has created.
With the aprons and all that?
Aprons and hard caps and frozen draft picks. Like, there's just a lot of hoops you have to jump through to make a deal, especially now, because the new TV money kicks in next year, and that's going to expand the cap. But right now, the cap is still what it's been largely, and that's really tough to fit a Zach LaVine salary onto somebody's books, or a Brandon Ingram salary onto somebody's books. So I would expect there to be deals for guys like Cam Johnson in Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn right now is probably going to start jettisoning anybody that might help them win. Like, they want to be really bad. Same thing probably can be said for Portland. Same thing certainly can be said for Washington. So you look at those rosters and look at those guys that are making $12, $13, $14 million, very movable deals in today's league. The Valanciunases, the Williams, guys like that. Those guys, I think, will be on the move before February. But even a guy like Jimmy Butler, very hard to deal unless you're sending back a big salary in return.
TJ already has visions of Cooper Flagg in Philadelphia. That's what he's thinking about.
Yeah, Chris, because I give me some reason to keep watching the season as a Sixers fan, and then tell me how good you think Flagg will look in Philly, because that's all I got going right now.
I mean,
this guy.
Rubbernecking a car crash is fun sometimes, right?
I mean, that is true. That's true. In this case, no.
Spoken like an East Coaster right there.
Look, I actually saw Cooper Flagg play against Kansas. I went to the game they played.
That's a pretty good game
there. I think Cooper Flagg is really, really good. I don't know yet if he is that kind of transcendent talent we've seen in some previous. Like, he's not Victor Wembanyama. Like, nobody is, but he's not that. He is a really solid 6'9", super athletic, really good defender, really good playmaker, kind of a busted shot, caliber type of player. He's still, to me, number one overall. I think teams will be tripping over themselves to get into that position. I don't know. Is he a franchise-changing guy yet? I think the jury's still out on that.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.